Have you ever wondered why your blood pressure keeps creeping up, even when you think you're doing everything right? Maybe your doctor told you to cut down on salt. Maybe you've tried to exercise more. Maybe you've even taken medication, yet those numbers on the monitor still seem stubborn. What if I told you that 12 everyday foods you probably already know could naturally lower blood pressure, and not in some magical or complicated way, but through simple, consistent choices? That's the hook of today's journey. 12 foods to naturally lower blood pressure. And here's the surprising twist. Many of these foods aren't exotic superfoods from faraway places. They're items you can find at your local grocery store, maybe even in your fridge right now. So before you think lowering blood pressure is impossible, let's dive into this natural, hopeful, and empowering path. If you've been struggling with hypertension or you just want to protect your heart as you age, I promise you'll walk away today with tools that can change your life. When I was younger, I never really thought about blood pressure. Like many of us, I assumed it was something my parents and grandparents worried about, not me. But the truth is, as we cross 50, it becomes one of the biggest indicators of how well we're aging. High blood pressure isn't just a number. It's like a silent thief stealing health without us realizing. And yet, the beauty is, food can be both the culprit and the cure. Let's start with something simple. Leafy greens. Kale, spinach, arugula, these are more than just salad fillers. They're packed with potassium, a mineral that balances sodium in the body. Imagine sodium as the gas pedal that pushes your pressure up, and potassium as the brake that slows it down. Most Americans get far too little potassium, and yet it's the quiet hero in reducing blood pressure. I remember one woman I met at a community health talk. She said she swapped her lunchtime sandwich bread for a leafy green wrap, and within months, her blood pressure dropped enough that her doctor reduced her meds. Small change, big outcome. Then there are berries, especially blueberries and strawberries. They look like dessert from nature, but inside. They're loaded with anthocyanins, those vibrant pigments that protect your blood vessels. The way they work is fascinating. They help keep arteries flexible, allowing blood to flow more easily, reducing that pressure buildup. Personally, I love starting my mornings with a bowl of oatmeal topped with a handful of blueberries. It's not just delicious, it feels like I'm giving my arteries a gift every day. And here's the thing. Lowering blood pressure isn't about massive overnight changes. It's about stacking small, tasty wins until they add up to transformation. Garlic is another powerhouse, though it might surprise you. We often think of garlic as just flavor for cooking, but its active compound allicin has real blood pressure lowering effects. It relaxes blood vessels and improves blood flow, almost like nature's own blood pressure pill. My grandmother, who lived to 92, used to eat raw garlic almost every day. She'd crush it into soups or spread it lightly on bread. At the time, I thought it was just an old tradition. Now I realize she was protecting her heart in the most natural way possible. Maybe you won't eat it raw, but even adding roasted garlic into your meals can make a difference. Another food I want you to imagine is the humble beet. Beets contain nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, a gas that widens blood vessels and helps blood pressure drop. Athletes drink beet juice before competitions to boost endurance, but for us, it can be a simple way to keep arteries relaxed. I tried beet juice myself, and while the taste is strong, I found mixing it with carrot and apple made it not only palatable, but refreshing. If you've never tried it, this might be the nudge to experiment. Let's not forget fatty fish like salmon and mackerel. They're rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which reduce inflammation and prevent blood vessels from stiffening. Think of it like oiling a rusty hinge. It keeps things moving smoothly. I recall reading a study that people who ate fatty fish twice a week had significantly lower risks of hypertension. And when I tried it consistently, I noticed not just lower pressure, but also better energy. The key here is balance. Not fried fish, but grilled, baked, or steamed with herbs. If you're someone who doesn't like fish, walnuts or flax seeds can be good plant-based alternatives. Speaking of nuts, let's talk about pistachios. A handful of pistachios daily has been shown to reduce blood pressure by relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation. Unlike other salty snacks, pistachios deliver healthy fats, fiber, and plant sterols that support the heart. I used to be a late-night potato chip snacker, but switching to pistachios gave me that same crunch without the guilt. Over time, my blood pressure readings became steadier. It's about retraining your taste buds while giving your heart a break. Dark chocolate chews, you heard me right, can also be your ally. The key is choosing chocolate that's at least 70% cocoa. It contains flavonoids that encourage arteries to dilate, lowering pressure. I once challenged a group of older friends at a health retreat to swap their sugary desserts for a square of dark chocolate each evening. 3 months later, several told me they felt lighter, slept better, and had better numbers at their checkups. Imagine that pleasure and health working together. Now, I know some of you are smiling at this part. Yes, chocolate can be part of a healthy plan. Bananas deserve mention too. They're nature's potassium bombs, cheap, portable, and satisfying. You could argue they're one of the most underrated heart-protecting foods out there. I remember traveling and grabbing a banana instead of a processed snack at the airport. Not only did I feel more stable, but I also avoided the crash that comes with sugary snacks. It's the simple swaps like this that lower blood pressure gently over time. Oats are another quiet hero. The soluble fiber in oats helps reduce cholesterol, but it also improves blood vessel health, easing pressure. Starting your day with oatmeal instead of a high-sugar cereal is like choosing to nourish instead of punish your body. Add those blueberries we talked about earlier, and you have a breakfast that directly supports your blood pressure goals. If you're watching this and thinking, I can't give up my sweet breakfast, I encourage you to try it for a week. You'll be surprised how quickly your taste buds adapt. Citrus fruits like oranges, lemons, and grapefruits offer vitamin C and flavonoids that strengthen blood vessel walls and improve elasticity. I often squeeze fresh lemon into my water throughout the day. Not only does it keep me hydrated, but it gives my blood vessels that extra support. Hydration itself is underrated in blood pressure control. Think of your blood like a river when you're dehydrated. It's thicker and harder to pump. When you're hydrated, it flows freely. Legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas are another overlooked food group. They're loaded with fiber, magnesium, and potassium, all of which work together to keep pressure under control. I grew up thinking beans were just a cheap filler food, but now I see them as nutritional gold. A bowl of lentil soup on a cool evening not only comforts, but actively works to protect your heart. And finally, watermelon. Beyond being refreshing, watermelon contains citrulline, an amino acid that helps produce nitric oxide, the same vessel-relaxing compound we saw in beets. On a hot summer day, eating watermelon isn't just fun, it's like sending a wave of relaxation through your arteries. I can still remember sitting with my grandchildren, juice dripping down our chins, knowing that even in those sweet, sticky moments, we were nourishing our bodies in the best way. So we've walked through 12 foods: leafy greens, berries, garlic, beets, fatty fish, pistachios, dark chocolate, bananas, oats, citrus fruits, legumes, and watermelon. Together, they form a natural arsenal against high blood pressure. The best part? You don't need to eat all of them every day. Just start weaving them into your routine, little by little, and notice how your body responds. I'm not saying you should throw away your medication or stop listening to your doctor, or absolutely not. But what I am saying is that food is your first medicine, and by embracing it, you take back power over your health. If you've been nodding along and recognizing yourself in these stories, leave me a comment below. Tell me which of these foods you already enjoy, and which one you're excited to try. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more practical, inspiring health wisdom. You never know which small tip might change your life. Now, let's close with a twist. People often think lowering blood pressure is about restriction, about giving things up. But as you've just seen, it's actually about abundance. It's about adding foods that support you, that empower you, that bring both joy and healing. The real secret is this: lowering blood pressure naturally isn't about punishment, it's about nourishment. It's not about living less, it's about living more fully, more freely, with a heart strong enough to carry you into all the years ahead. So next time you sit down to eat, don't think of it as a battle. Think of it as a gift, one plate at a time, one choice at a time, building a future of health and possibility.